Now at 4, it's going to be a wet Christmas week across SoCal. A powerful winter storm is making its way here, and people in the burn areas are on high alert. Holiday travelers may want to hit the road early with all of that rain coming. What you need to know before heading out the door. Good afternoon. I'm Jasmine Veal. Juan Fernandez and Amy Johnson are off. This is CBS LA at 4. Now we begin with that powerful winter storm hitting California. Lots of snow already falling in the Sierra today. The storm bringing slick road conditions as well on the I-80. And south in Redding, people are preparing for more of that heavy flooding. Yesterday's rain left submerged roadways, businesses flooded, and at least one confirmed death of a driver trapped in a vehicle. The region gearing up for more of that heavy rain. As the storm heads toward our area, we do have live team coverage to keep you and your family safe, starting with meteorologist Evelyn Taft, tracking the rain in next weather. Ev?
Jazz, it is almost here. A beautiful day across Southern California. Dry, warm, plenty of sunshine, a little bit of high cloud cover. But as we take a look at the rest of your forecast over the coming days, it's a completely different story. Starting to get a little bit of cloud cover moving to the coast. Now we've got that next weather alert up Tuesday through Thursday. Originally, it was just a watch, then we upgraded it. Now all 3 days, we're expecting heavy rain, and what the National Weather Service is saying, hydrological concerns. It's not very often where we see that written in caps in a forecast, but it is there. We've got flooding concerns, of course, burn areas a big concern, even the chance for thunderstorms and the potential for tornadic activity. That is not out of the question, with rainfall totals ranging anywhere from 2 inches on the very low side to 8, even 10 inches potentially in the higher elevation. So you'll see everybody under that next weather alert. Again, kicking in tomorrow as the rain works its way in a little later in the day into our Christmas Eve and our Christmas Day. You're going to see the rain right here. We're tracking it as it gets closer to us, sitting over the Bay Area, mainly over the North Bay. So really hasn't blanketed the Bay Area yet. It's going to move through the Bay Area, eventually the Central Coast, and make it to us here at home. We'll show you exactly when and where in your local hour-by-hour forecast. That's coming up in just a little bit. But right now, I'll send it right back to you, Jazz.
Very important information, Ev. Okay, and ahead of the storm, people living along the fire zones are not taking any chances. CBS LA's Luzdelia Caballero is live in Pacific Palisades, where people are getting ready for this rain. Luz?
Yeah, and they're saying they're not taking any chances. Earlier, we spoke to several residents going to sandbag distribution sites, some taking as little as 5 sandbags, others taking as many as 20 or more. And this is what we're seeing along Sunset Boulevard and in Pacific Palisades, are just dozens upon dozens of sandbags and even boards to hold any of that mud and debris flow that will potentially be coming down the hillsides. People tell us that they are going to be extra cautious as they continue to navigate nearly 1 year after the Palisades fire came and devastated their region. Earlier, we stopped by the Malibu Library, where the city was helping folks load sandbags into their cars ahead of the storm. Among those who stopped by was Claire Hamano, who says storms in the hills and canyons are still scary, even after living in this area for the last 13 years. Take a listen.
I'm kind of afraid of the rain coming in. I'm trying to prevent mud from flowing onto the street on my property.
Adding, even after everything the community has already been through, the uncertainty of another storm is extremely stressful. And she isn't the only one preparing. We've talked to dozens of people throughout the last couple of weeks, even today, folks saying that they've been preparing for multiple storms. But it's not just the homeowners, it's also the construction crews. Coming up all new at 5, we'll take you to one of the construction sites of a rebuild area, where we will show you how they are prepping those homes ahead of the storm. Reporting in Pacific Palisades, Luzdelia Caballero, CBS LA.
All right, Luzdelia, thank you for that. And tomorrow, LA County taking extra precautions as the rain starts to hit us. Many canyon roads will be closed. That includes Malibu Canyon Road between Francisco Ranch and Adamson Flats Road, also Tuna Canyon Road, fully closed from the gate to PCH. They will be closed until crews can clean up any debris left behind from the storm. Along with the canyon closures, evacuation warnings will go up tomorrow ahead of the heavy rain. Let's go to our assignment editor, Mike Rogers, at the desk. Mike, so some familiar areas again under these warnings with yet another storm.
Yeah, and you know, Jasmine, this is likely something that we'll continue to see as we have these heavy storm moves in after these fires. There is always concern. And each time we issue these evacuations, or the city or county issues these evacuation warnings, we start to see them kind of become more specific and a little less broad. But I want to jump into my computer here. We'll show you exactly the areas that we are talking about. And it's the same spots that we saw last time. It's here in the Palisades fire burn area. Palisades and Franklin fire. That's the one that is just to the west here of Malibu Canyon Road in Las Virgenes. So that area is under a evacuation warning. They're saying that they could get set. Now, all of these go into a place 11 a.m. tomorrow and through 11 p.m. on Thursday. So you've got that area. We've got that small sliver that's over here near Runyon Canyon, and then, of course, over in the Eaton fire. Now, Jazz, I can tell you today, I had Desmond up in both the Eaton fire and the Palisades fire burn area for a special that we're working on. And I can tell you that what's encouraging is that so much of that area has regrown vegetation, which we know is crucial to being able to stop some heavy mud and debris flows. So hopefully, with all the recent rains we've had and all the vegetation that has been able to grow back on the hillsides, hopefully we won't have too many of these mud flow issues, but they do have those evacuation warnings up just in case.
Yeah, they've worked very hard also clearing out all the debris from the storm drains and basins. All right, Mike, we'll keep our eye on things. Holiday travel is expected to hit record highs this week, but with rain headed our way, it could really dampen your travel plans. CBS LA's Tina Patel is in Brentwood with a look at what to expect.
Normally, travel experts say if you don't want to hit too much traffic, you should try to drive on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. But this year, the roads might be wet on those days, so they are saying it's better to try to get an early start to your holiday break. The analysts with INRIX advise hitting the road as early as possible today or tomorrow. They're forecasting heavier traffic this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. Now, if you're going to be traveling on the 405, beware of the ongoing Caltrans repaving project in the Sepulveda Pass. Crews will continue to work on that in the overnight hours tonight and tomorrow night. They won't be shutting the freeway down completely, but there will be fewer lanes between Wilshire and Skirball Center, so plan around that. A lot of people are also flying this week. In fact, we saw the getaway rush start this weekend at LAX. AAA estimating more than 8 million people will be flying over the Christmas and New Year's holidays. That's up 2% from last year, and it could be a new record for domestic air travel. The FAA says the biggest cause of delays this time of year is winter weather, so they say it's important to keep an eye on forecasts where you are and where you're headed. Travelers we spoke to this morning were hoping they wouldn't run into any traffic problems, but they say even if they do, it'll be worth it.
Well, we have a big family, so it's always, you know, dynamics of a big family, young kids, but to us, it's worth it. We're visiting my parents in Guam.
We're going somewhere warmer. We're from the Midwest, and it's frozen there, so anything for some family, good food, and fun times.
That is the attitude we all need to have, to focus on the destination and who we'll be able to spend the holidays with, rather than some of the travel headaches that might pop up. In Brentwood, Tina Patel, CBS LA.
And somewhat of a bummer is that we are paying a little bit more for gas this year compared to last Christmas in LA County. For example, according to AAA, you're paying on average $4.47. That's about 8 cents more than last year. But in Orange County, it's $4.35 for a gallon of regular unleaded. Riverside County is even cheaper at $4.19 a gallon, and Ventura County is averaging around $4.39. And keep it right here with CBS LA and CBSLA.com for the very latest on this storm. We are also streaming on CBS News Los Angeles.